Boom. What is up, everyone? It is Psycho Blue, conductor of the Hype Train, Mr. Hype Gems, hashtag Crosswires, hashtag Streetfighterxtekken. We are back, and we are back in a rather extravagant way. You will see what I mean by that soon enough. But today, I thought I would show some generosity. After all, it's the holidays. It's time to give out gifts, and today I will give out the gift of revelation. And that revelation will be how to up your game. I hosted a beginner's bracket for Streetfighterxtekken using the PS3 emulated version. As many of you know by now, NetPlay has been enabled for this version. It is still rollback. Spectator mode sometimes works, sometimes does not. That's alright. We managed to get the replays we need anyway, so I can show you exactly what went down. And for those of you that participated, consider this a tutoring session. Additionally, I offered, I would say, $30 of charity money to whoever won this beginner's bracket. The winner has not yet decided on where that charity money will go, but they will no doubt figure out something soon enough. For now, let us proceed with this tutoring session provided by yours truly, Crosswire Psycho Blue, a licensed mental health professional, a former special ed teacher of 3 years. I know a little bit something about education after all. My field of study is in the psychology of learning and how the environment shapes you to become who you are. And I will try to nurture an environment where players can grow in this game and become true experts in a way where feedback is delivered so that they do not feel that my criticism is too extreme or unwarranted. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I got a whole bunch to look at today. My collection. This will be more casual than typical. After all, this is a beginner's event. It's more about learning than the actual competition therein. So, I hope you guys enjoy what I'm about to present to you, and I hope the people who played will learn something as I explain some minor details, particularly when it comes to the fundamentals and the basis of cross-tech and how to play the game beyond learning combos. That will come with time and practice. Like, I can talk about what combos you can do all day, but I want to focus more on the very basics, because those basics will carry over to a lot of different games, not just Streetfighterxtekken. I believe it's these three. I'm going to set this in a way where... There we go. That way we can play them all one by one. Okay. Turn the sound back on while we're at it. And at the end of this stream, I will have an announcement regarding our typical competitive Streetfighterxtekken action, and why I'm excited for it. So first up, we are going to have Rao and Chun-li brothers. Rao, Chun-li brothers. Chun-li brothers. I'm going to call them Rao and Chun-li. Okay. So you see here that Rao is using Zangief Hugo, while Chun-li is using Hwoarang and Bob. Hwoarang and Bob is a very top-tier team. There are a lot of reasons why they are top tier. You saw the tag from Hunting Hawk. That's a big reason why, because it's such a good move to tag in and out with. Let me focus on Rao first. That's a good punish. No complaints there. Like, you could probably do a boost combo, but in the case of Zangief, his SPDs are so powerful, just doing that by itself is not the worst idea. Something Rao is showing some good awareness with is using the green hand to approach. I like that. That's a punish. Crouch. Yeah, crouch light punch into his tar combo should be a good punish for that. I like that space, Hunting Hawk. Good. Ooh, okay. That's a very fuzzy jumping right there. Caught him right on top of his head as he came up rather than came down. Something that's common with dealing with Hugo. Boom, 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 boom. Bop, boop, boom. Boom. Okay, no complaints. Good stuff, Chun-li. Good, I like that. Rao is applying some frame advantage, and he used the right moves there. The lariat could be blocked and punished, but the clap, not so much. Good. He's going to do a green hand approach. Smart. He went for the kick again. That's more of a Street Fighter 4 thing to do. In this game, there's a lot of ways around it. So typically, I would try and stop their one green hand and then see if they try to roll out, because you can SPD their rolls. Okay, that's good. This time he didn't fall for... Oh, okay, still got the SPD. To be fair, though, it's Zangief, and his punishes are pretty strong. Oh, nah, I missed it. That stinks. Good punish there from Rao, though. Zangief's super is one of the best punishes in the game overall. It starts up very fast, and its range, because he runs forward, is also very good. And the fact that the grab box itself has a lot of length to it means that it's not the worst thing to check Bob in particular with. Bob has a lot of things that many characters can't punish. Zangief is one of the few characters who can punish him consistently, especially as meter. Good stuff to Rao there. I want to see Hwoarang use the double medium punch target combo more, because it's so active and it activates on whiff. That will stop a lot of Hugo's stuff, because it hits twice. It'll also blast through his armor if he tries to do that. It's also not often that you're going to have that backbreaker anti-air with no meter. Okay, he's walking forward rigor this time, the worst idea. Could have done something there. That time he could have done a juggle. Don't forget, in Streetfighterxtekken, the juggle system's a lot more lenient than most other Street Fighter games, especially when it comes to situations where you got them in a float state because you counter-hit them in the air. Air-to-airs are incredibly powerful in Streetfighterxtekken. Might be more powerful than regular anti-airs most times when it comes to damage and meter conservation. Okay, he's got that punish on deck. I like it. No complaints, Rao. Your Zangief is looking pretty good so far. Good. That's good. I missed it there. Yeah, this is, after all, cross-country connection. RPCS3 is better about it than PS3 version is, but it's still cross-country, and you never know. Is that a true punish? So I actually labbed this. I know the super is a true punish of that. But, to be honest, the SPD might as well. I have to check the startup frames. But I'm pretty sure super, at least, and the EX version are both true punishes. So in that regard, Chun-li should stop doing that against Zangief and try to build pressure a different way. Zangief is a character who can punish a lot of Bob's hard-to-punish stuff. And you have to respect that. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Chun-li's got some combos. Good. I like this. No complaints. That's exactly what you want. Good stuff, Chun-li. I like that empty low mix. Okay, a belly bump at the end. Optimizing everything. Oh, no! So Hugo does not have the same kind of punish factor that Zangief has unless he's willing to burn super meter, because his super might be able to punish it, but not so much the other things he's doing. I also like how Chun-li went from heavy to launcher rather than the full boost combo. That's something I have to work on as well. But if you know that's going to hit, just do heavy into launcher. That way you control your scaling. It's a side switch right there. He missed the SPD. I know he wanted the punish there, and he probably could have gotten the SPD punish, but that time he just missed his buffer. Watch it. Well, that's always Zangief, though. He's always going to be ticking the throws. He's just out of range. Okay, that's a sneaky little crouch being kick right there. That's an overhead. Watch it next time. Hwoarang typically telegraphs that. It's not a particularly hard thing to react to when you see the visual cue. I think his, that overhead right there, I think it's actually harder to anticipate compared to his Tart combo. Even though it's slower, it's just the motion looks like it might be his command low. And then he goes high instead. And by the way, the last hit of that Hunting Talk's also an overhead. And using it to tag cancel your partner start a high-low mix, that's something that Justin Wong did to me a lot of times. And he got some decent mileage off of it. It's just because I'm an expert at this game. And I'm saying to brag, I'm saying like I've been in this game a very long time. I kind of know what to do around it. But it takes practice and some experimentation with your team. 2 SPDs. Okay. He got the jump and still got the EX chop. I like that. That's tricky. We'll get to that later, Homeless. Alright. I want to see Bob do neutral jump, heavy kick Tart combo. Not there. Yeah, Koba, I'm excited about it. How you doing? Okay. Bob, you need to start doing neutral jump heavy kick now. You don't want to let Zing get in rhythm, and... Okay, that layer was very active. Typically, layers can be beaten by low attacks, so if you see it there and you've missed, go for Bob's crouch medium kick. It'll typically hit from that range. Something that this Zangief does not do much of that I want to see him do more of, I want to see a lot more crouch light punch. Zangief's normals have an interesting quirk where they do more damage on average than most other characters' normal attacks. And that applies for both his regular buttons and his boost buttons. And Zangief's crouch light punch easily connects into his heavy change and then launch to Hugo for big damage, being that Hugo's post-launch options are very strong. Rao is still playing like Street Fighter 4, which is not a terrible idea, because a lot of the same ideas apply when it comes to Zangief, but you want to use Zangief's crouch light punch and get used to confirming it into a chain combo, the boost combos, because Zangief excels at that compared to some other characters. Like Hugo's not particularly great at boosting. Zangief, on the other hand, has lots of great confirms where he can bring his partner in. Even though Zang is considered an anchor character, he is not entirely ill-equipped to put a launch on his partner. Yeah, Hugo, unfortunately, his defense is not great. By the way, there's a gap between that sweep and that palm move. And being that Hugo had 2 bars, that's where he could have either done EX SPD or his super and blown up that way. But it's a bit of a guessing game. Bob could have left that sweep all on its own and still have mostly kept his turn in that situation. So, I understand being hesitant if he knew it was coming and didn't do anything anyway. I also want to see Zangief do more splashes. When you are in cross-up range, both the splash and the knee drop are going to be more effective than that jump heavy kick. You want to use jump heavy kick if you are jumping in from farther away. I actually think his jump heavy punch is stronger When it comes to jumping in, then it's jump heavy kick. But when it comes to close range jump-ins, use splash. I like it. Make it hurt. Boom. Boom. Ah, I missed it. Yeah, I'm not going to fault them for that. Chun-li, it's a grappler. Remember, is it time to hold up yet? Think about your situation, and if they block something and they're right in your face, they might be buffering for an SPD. That's the general rule of grapplers. So holding up and seeing if your opponent knows how to deal with neutral jumps is not the worst idea. Ooh, okay. Made him flinch for a second. SPD. Oh, I missed it. Good mashup. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Chun-li's got the combos. I am most pleased, Chun-li. Ooh, okay. And again, Rao is playing this like Street Fighter 4. I think he can do it better with Zangief because Hugo's in Ultra is way different from SuperCross-Tekken Hugo. Zangief has more similarities between Street Fighter 4 and Cross Tekken compared to Hugo. Anyway, Chun-li's going to show off for a bit. No, he's not. You hate to see it happen.
You can beat me. Look at my muscles. One team wins.
Rao, I'll say this. Practice your combos with Hugo. I think Hugo in particular, you want to have your combos down compared to Zangief. Your Zangief, he just does that stuff, is not the worst idea beyond the recommendations I made regarding his jump-ins and using his crouch jabs in order to confirm into chain combos. New challenger, we have Yamazaki and Chun-li. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. I want to see what Yamazaki's got. Careful. Yeah. Vega has that problem where you want to get that crush counter, but your opponents don't cooperate and you get jumped in on. It's a fancy little combo right there. What if I want something else, but got that wave dash instead? Like it. Jump in. Boom. Ah, you missed the link. It's a tough link. He wanted to get the two Rekkas and then juggle into a normal going into the knee bash. It's tough. It's generally better as Brian, if you got that confirmed, to go for the Fisherman combos, which are also hard to link, but they do more damage and a little more consistent than the Rekka juggle anyway. The Rekka, however, is really strong when it comes to getting frame advantage. The EX first hit of Brian's Rekka, that is armored and it's very, very safe on block. A lot of Brian's block pressure can start from the EX version of Rekka. And I think the light or medium version is also crazy advantageous. I have to check the frame data again, but I know when you have an opponent block stun, you'll generally want to end with the first hit of the Rekka to continue your block pressure. Brian's block pressure is very powerful in SuperCross-Tekken, and that cannot be understated. Yeah, finish it. If you have that back fist, just finish it into the light punch, and then you're still at advantage no matter what happens. Because they can't wrestle through that. Boom, boom, boom. I like it. Ah, he didn't stand up that time. That unblockable only works on standing opponents. Good chase down from Chun-li. I'll let this finish, then I'll say something. reversal there. Good reversal there as well. Chun-li on the board. What can I say? Again, I'm trying not to focus too much on what combos to do. We have the wiki for that, and we have the Discord for that. So I'm not going to jump on them because they're still learning the game. Fundamentally, I didn't hate what I saw from either player. I will say, for particularly Yamazaki, as a fellow Vega sub guy, because I use Vega Raven a lot, and that's a fun team, I'll say this. I'm going to focus on Vega now. One, be careful with that Sky High Claw, because that is very unsafe on block, and at times he telegraphs it. The other thing I will say is, I know it's tempting. Don't use so many crouching attacks. Most experienced players will raw launch Vega instinctively, knowing he's going to go for a lot of crouch medium kick, crouch medium punch, stuff like that at a distance. And then Vega is losing half his life bar because of how much unscaled damage a raw launch will do, even if there's no meter involved. I want to see a lot more stand light kick, particularly from that close mid-range. Vega's stand light kick is a fantastic button. I think it's underrated button. I probably said that in Tampa Never Sleeps when Spicy Steve played Vega. Vega can very easily go stand light kick into stand medium kick as a chain and still keep his turn. Because when you do a boost chain here across Tekken, oftentimes your character slightly moves forward, so they advance and use their close normal. And in Vega's case, if he does far stand light kick into close stand medium kick as a chain, he will be safe on block. And that's very important. Safe chains are incredibly important in Streetfighterxtekken, and that's one for Vega you can rely on. Brian has one as well. Stand light kick into close medium punch. That's, I think, minus... It's either -1, 0, or +1. It's something unfair. So have that in your pocket as well. Yeah, at best, it's +1. At worst, it's -1 for Brian's close light kick to stand close medium punch. So, in summary, I need Yamazaki to stop using so many crouching moves, otherwise he'll get raw launched. Brian's been benched, it's ogre time.
It's all on the line. When will you die?
There's a video that Justin Wong made called, and I'm featured in it. Like, he actually specifically featured me in a video called How to Beat Players Better Than You, and I was the guy that he decided that I was better than him. So thank you, Justin, for that compliment. But I'm going to recommend this video. I'll probably link it in my comments once I upload on YouTube. Not to brag about me, but he says a lot about kind of the feeling out process in the mid-range, the neutral. And Streetfighterxtekken neutral is ideal about learning fighting game neutral as a whole. Like, I have downstairs a whole bunch of medals and trophies in a variety of games, and I owe a lot to my cross-Tekken training for getting me good enough to win medals in many of those games. What happened there? Chun-li mashed and he got results. Stinks. Probably a situation where Ogre has those big buttons where the hurt box comes out first. Ah, no. Probably worked out better in the lab. But in that, I don't want to coach, again, not trying to coach combos. But it's still weird that he's using it as a bust out. I don't think that move has any invincibility or priority. It's just a good wall bounce move. But Ogre when you're waking up with Ogre, use more EX Burning Kick because that's crazy safe on block and it launches. So you're good no matter what happens. Ogre's EX Burning Kick was considered a busted move back in the IRC days. And we have Homeless Dragon in the chat. He remembers who I'm talking about when I mention about how good Ogre's EX Burning Kick is. I can't too fancy Shelly Growl, but I like the idea. He wants that far spacing move. I understand the concept, but something else you have to wear with you across Tekken, because jump-ins are so good, make sure that your anti-airs are on point, and Ogre has the force field. There are times you want to slow the game down when you know the opponent's being too aggressive, and then that's when you anti-air them. Boom, boom. Okay, that's not going to work, now you know. Do the jump in and then crouch medium kick into the Waning Moon. Okay, I have one more set to give, and then we will make our announcement for the Matcherino. Hold on just a moment. No, I actually have 2 sets left. That's right. So hold on just a moment. I'm going to get the second one queued up, and then the first one will be good to go. No. Actually, we are about to upload the next match, so give me just a moment. Or try to. So I forgot to upload Shali's match with Nightmare, so I'm going to show you and Yamazaki Rao, and then if the Shali thing is done downloading, I'll show that at the end. There's still a lot to talk about, and I have high-speed internet, so it's not too big of an issue. But I forgot to download Shali's stuff before I came on here, because I was too busy recording your stuff from the other computer. Okay. I need to change the names, because it's going to be you and Rao. Or you and Yamazaki Rao. There we go. We are ready. That's not what I want. There we go. Ideally, by the time this set is done, we'll have Shali's thing. But it's going to be a tight finish. Okay. So we have Rao and Yamazaki. I was telling you earlier, Rao, I want you to have Zangief on point. Zangief's a much better point character than Hugo. And the reason why I say that is I want to see you do a lot more crouch jab chains with Zangief, because Hugo has great post-launch options, and Zangief's buttons are much better than Hugo's. To be fair, I think you could have a different front character for both of them. Like have a Law Zangief or a Law Hugo, which is Phantom Striker's team, or a Sagat Zangief or a Sagat Hugo. But I'm not going to jump in on that too much. Yeah. Rao, see, in this situation, Rao, I want you to do a lot more crouch light punch. It's unlikely you'll get raw launch because Zangief's light punch comes out so fast, and because of the range of his normals, he can easily chain into combos leading into Hugo, who can finish it with his post-launch stuff, which we listed in the wiki. No, it's fine, Rao. I appreciate it. This one's interesting for me. In case you didn't realize, when he does that, it can only hit you if you're standing up. There's a certain range that Brian will try to overhead you, where you have to worry about crouching. But that's also why I want you to try and have Zangief in the front, because he will stop Brian from overheading him with his crouch light punch, compared to Hugo, who has not as consistent range with his. Because Zangief can chain his lights easier than Hugo can. When it comes to Hugo's buttons, though, don't use that butt slam. That's not a good move. I want you to use crouch light kick, crouch medium punch, and crouch medium kick. Like that, the sweep, that's a fantastic move, because that does 130 damage each time. And since it's Hugo, hard knockdown helps him a lot. You work on linking and then doing full-on chain combos. In Streetfighterxtekken, chain combos are very important. Excellent interrupt, by the way. I do like how you use SPD to stop a lot of things that would be safe otherwise. You're very good at that. So no complaints there. But it's just that Hugo can't be played Street Fighter 4 Hugo. Like, Zangief can get away with being Street Fighter 4 Zangief and Cross Tekken. You just have to learn how to use your chain combos. But Hugo is an entirely different beast compared to Ultra 4. And Phantom Strike can help you with that as well. And when it comes to combos, again, we have the wiki. I'm not going to jump on you for combos just yet. Combos will help you a lot, and it'll keep these time overslots from happening if you finish your combos. Both Zangief and Hugo have fantastic ones, but I'm not going to list the notations word for word here, talking it over. You can look it over in the wiki. We've listed everything in that regard. I'm trying to help on your neutral here, and just use of your toolkit compared to use of your combos. You could have ended a few times if you had combos, and again, be more confident in your chaining with Zangief. Zangief, when he chains, is very powerful because his normals do more damage on average compared to other characters. What are his best chains? Crouch light punch, just link that, confirm it, and then go right into heavy punch or heavy kick, particularly standing up, and your partner will be in after you launch them. So, picture this. Crouch light, link those three, and then go crouch, light, stand heavy punch. The second heavy punch will become a launcher, and then you got Hugo coming in to do damage. But we have those listed in the wiki as well, in this combo section. There's also a video guide for Zangief that I made, which you can utilize at your leisure, that has all these things I just said in video format. I will put that in the chat right now. For Yamazaki, I want you to start using Ogre's Tekken chains on whiff. So, light punch, medium punch, ending in the back fist, because the third hit of that move can be special canceled. And then I want you to do crouch light kick, crouch medium kick, because that chain launches and it advances forward on whiff. Ogre also has a double stand light punch chain that is plus on hit or block, so he can either link it into stuff like a Street Fighter combo, or he can use it to continue his block pressure. I'm getting the video for you now. For Brian Yamazaki, I need you to do a lot more I need you to do a lot more forward medium kick. I can't talk. Okay. Yamazaki, you know how Brian has a lot of chains, a lot of target combos that start from forward medium kick? Do those. Do those on hit, do those on whiff. The first 3 hits of that target combo from forward medium kick are fantastic, and they are mandatory for any kind of Brian neutral. I like the idea there, Rao, but yeah, that move is more advantageous than you think. I actually thought that would punish after seeing it, but maybe if you did the EX SPD, it would have worked. Yeah, too far there. Has to be EX. Hugo's SPD in Cross Tekken has no range compared to Zangief. You have to play Hugo like he's Abigail, more so than he's like Street Fighter 4 Hugo, if that makes sense. Where he's more about striking and combos compared to... And he has a command grab to top it off compared to Street Fighter 4, where maybe his SPDs have better range and are more reliable as a move. Okay. Yamazaki flinched there. The SPDs in Cross Tekken for Hugo are not as reliable as they are in Street Fighter 4. He's a character who relies on strikes and combos compared to grapples. You should use claps to extend combos or to use them for frame pressure. Claps are used very much like they do in Street Fighter 4, but they have so much advantage on hit that he can go crouch medium punch into light clap and then crouch medium punch again into lariat, and then you can do the juggle that you tried to do there. But yeah, claps are very advantageous on block, and they also can lend you a lot of advantage on hit as well. So claps in Cross Tekken work like doing Street Fighter 4. The SPDs, though, like the command grabs, in Cross Tekken, they're not as reliable as Zangief's, but they do have its uses. They're good for breaking guards if they're expecting more clap pressure. And I'd also recommend that you learn how to do the follow-ups for his ultra throw where he throws into the wall, because he can do more than just backbreaker. He can do ultra throw where he throws the wall, and then the jumping, that hop knee, the down medium kick, and that'll hit them, put them in float state, and then do crouch light kick into heavy clap, and then they'll fly up, and then you can finish with the medium kick backbreaker. I actually think Ultra Throw for Hugo is better as a command grab in the traditional sense compared to his Moonsault Press. I think Moonsault Press is only good as a reversal with the EX version, because that has the best damage and its range is really good. So if you have meter and you need a reversal, EX SPD is not the worst idea. Don't do this, by the way. Any player will see you do this and they will not be impressed. The only reason that did not combo there is because you may have put a little bit too much spice on the that confirm. It's also possible because of the corner there may have been a height situation. So if you're in the corner with Hugo and you're not sure if the backbreaker will hit, do the light version instead of the medium kick version, and the light version will probably hit them in the corner. Yeah, that. You saw that sweep there? Good. I like that. No complaints. Yeah, use the light version instead in the corner. Use the medium only if it's mid-screen. Okay. In this situation, like right there, that's not safe on block. That's why I said you want to do jab confirms like you would in Street Fighter 4. Just do crouch jab a bunch of times and see if they got hit or blocked, and then you can either chain into more Hugo stuff using the chain system, or you could make them think about a throw. Like right there, when you hit them two times, you could have done right into heavy punch and launcher, and you would have won right there because you would have finished the job. Right now, it has not been re-uploaded yet, Brett, but this is on PS3 emulated. So, unless you have a CD key from when the game was still up, you can't get it right now. So I'm having people play on the PS3 emulated version, which has working net play. And actually, it's better net play than what's on Steam, even when it was up. So, it's not the worst alternative to have, you know? By the way, it's good to see you, Brett. We're gonna have Cross Tekken. Yeah, don't get me started, Ralph. We're not here for this just yet, all right? Anyway, Brett, Cross Tekken will be back at Texas Showdown. That's the first official confirmed Cross Tekken side tournament. At Frosty, I'm going to be running TMNT, but at Texas Showdown, I'll be running Cross Tekken. Anyway, let's see here. Got it. Thanks, Brett, for letting me know. I don't know if I'll be at CEO this year. ECT, I'm up in the air about. I'll have to see where I'm at that time of the year. Oh, by the way, Rao, you haven't met Psycho Rarity yet. He is who won the 2-on-2 tournament CEO along with Scrubs versus you. Hey, good job making Guile flinch, by the way. Rao, in that situation, you could have just gone for anything but what you just did. After all, you have a flash kick. If you block that, you could have either... Oh, before I forget, before I get into that, crap. In Street Fighter Cross Tekken, backdash is really gosh darn good. In fact, Hugo would have to go for the running grab, the meat squasher, to really make you think twice about backdashing. A lot of Hugo's stuff is destroyed just by backdashing. But especially when it comes to grabs. Well, I haven't looked at your stuff yet, Snake. So let me be the judge of that, alright? Let me check. I think Rao is up 2-1. There we go. Alright, see? Alright, Yamazaki got the idea. You saw Yamazaki, okay, I'm out of here, and then punish with Mop Breaker. A lot of Hugo can be messed up with that. That's why Hugo is best in the back, where you don't have to fight through all that in neutral. Well, there is anti-backdash stuff for every character, but I think some are more susceptible than others because they rely so much on forward grounded momentum. And that's also why I said that Hugo is more of a strike-heavy character compared to Street Fighter 4 version, where he's very much a traditional grappler compared to how he is in Cross Tekken, where Zangief might be the better grappler. Even Kuma. I think Kuma is the best grappler in this game, and then it's either Zangief or Abel, and then either Hugo or Marduk. I think Marduk might be the worst, just because he doesn't have the combo ability and the ways to have the universal synergy compared to Hugo. Yeah, Kuma is a fantastic grappler in Street Fighter Cross Tekken because he has... So the headbutt he has is SPD motion that only hits standing opponents, kind of like Brian's knee, while his Rock and Roll Circus, which is the KOF command grab, half circle back forward, that has the same or almost the same grab range as Zangief's SPDs. They do less damage, like they do as much damage as Abel's command grabs, but they have the same overall range as Zangief's SPDs. And that's also on top of him having fantastic target combos and block strings and overall hitting combos compared to most grapplers. Kuma is the best grappler in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. That much I will stand by. I made a Kuma video as well, and you can look at that if you just search for Kuma in my channel. I'll link the video to that as after this match. That's a punish, by the way. That's where you want to use Crouch Light Punch. Crouch Light Punch is faster than his Stand Light Punch. Crouch Light Punch into chain, that would have delivered significant damage to Guile because you have Hugo coming in doing his combos. And don't use the Crouch Medium Punch for Zangief for combos. You want to use the Close Medium Punch instead. That has a better hitbox, comes out better. More consistent for juggles. Again, I'm trying not to focus too much on the combos you're not doing. Try to focus on your neutral and your matchup knowledge. So, for the combos you should use, look at the video and look at the wiki. And the wiki you can find, I'll put the wiki in the YouTube comments as well. I typically do. Yeah, that's understandable. I gotcha. Okay. That's a lot of sweep in here. He has a pretty good sweep. So, I'm focusing too much on you. Rao, for Yamazaki, I kind of said... Yeah, thank you, Senko. You understand. I do like he does that. I mentioned earlier, and it applies there. I also like how Rao flexes to get the armor, knowing that... In fact, armor, when Hugo flexes, is good against Brian in general, because he has to rely so much on those slow single hits at mid-range, whether it be a Mock Breaker or his forward medium kick target combos. And generally, a Laird will stop whatever he tries to do after that. Stick your arm out there. I'm not going to be one of these weirdos who also says, hey, just anti-air. You should, obviously, but that takes time and patience to learn where you want to anti-air. But don't be afraid to anti-air cross Tekken overall. This isn't Jump Fighter. There are a lot of great jump moves in cross Tekken, but there's also a lot of great anti-airs in cross Tekken because a lot of moves have air crush. And the reason why I love Team Cross Justice League so much, especially when they made that change in, I think, just before or right after Turbo went gold, because if you countered somebody with a stand heavy attack, that causes a juggle state. So yeah, learn your anti-air moves, because more often than not, you may get a countered state leading to more juggle opportunities, which leads to more damage, obviously. It's good to see you, Senko. All right, I want to see this. So Rao was popping off about, because this is a deep set. We're already at game 5, so it went right down the wire. Let's see here. Missed the timing. Oh, Rao, one more thing. If you want to have the tournament standard gems rather than the vanilla ones, delete your save data for SuperCross and then load Cross Tekken back up again. And it'll create a new save data that'll have the tournament standard gems for all your characters loaded up automatically. That's the easiest way to do it. Dhalsim zoning is crazy viable. And I am going to post a Dhalsim video that I made during the pandemic. We'll talk about Dhalsim a little bit more when he's on screen, but I want to focus on this set where they're trying to establish momentum. Like, I'm trying to find a way to describe it without being condescending. No, I'm not downplaying Dhalsim at all. I'm talking about you guys. I want to see you, again, I want to see you stick out crouch medium kick a lot more. Go for the sweep more with Hugo, because chances are it'll interrupt these mock breakers that Brian's trying to do. Oh, is that Yamazaki? Well, Yama, good to see you. This has been pretty close so far. Yeah, I didn't see the Yamazaki at the end. I just saw the Hokuto. And by the way, the names are wrong. There we go. Doesn't... So I associate Liquid with Dhalsim more than I do with Kira. Homeless. Like, Liquid's Dhalsim is why I started playing the character. Oh, I know! Alright, again, I'm fighting. I'm not going to talk about learn your combos or whatever. You could have done something there that wasn't that. But at the same time, it is the internet. Okay, that's better than nothing. I like this. Good, because you kept the spacing, too. Smart, Rao. No complaints. Also, you can raw launch between those two kicks. So if you see that first kick and you know the second one's coming because he's locked to that move, just raw launch, and he will be in pain. We'll have to check out, link me Kira's Dhalsim sometime if you have any footage of that, alright? It's looking tense right now. Got him? Good! Saved by the bell or lack thereof. One more second and this set would have been Yamazaki's. Can Zangief green hand that punch? What, the mock breaker? It'd be a tight punish. But depending on the range, he might be able to SPD him. He would absolutely be able to do super punish on it, though. Because the run would have started fast enough where he would catch Brian before he could recover. Like, if Zangief had meter and he blocked that, I think Fountain Buster would have caught him. How are we looking for the last set of the evening? Oh, we're good. Okay. So after this, we'll have one more set, and that's between Chun-li and Nightmare Snake. So I can see what I can tell Nightmare and how to level up beyond just learning combos. Like, I'm not trying to go, oh, learn combos. Yeah, it's going to help you a lot and avoid some of these time overs, but I want to be more helpful for that. So, Nightmare, be patient with me. This has been all Rao. What a turnaround. Clinched out that game, and now it's a freight train. Come on, go for the splash! Wow! That was your chance! Just splash him! Just splash him to cop of the front or the back, either or. Boom. In closing, Rao, Hugo is less about his grabs and more about his combos. His grabs do have some use, but you want to establish the combo game and the clap game first. And then once they're doing nothing but turtling, then you can throw an SPD or an ultra throw, and you're good to go. I do believe everything is loaded up for our finale this evening. But first, let me check SteamDB real quick. Nothing doing. Yeah, every night I check SteamDB around this time to see if there's any more updates regarding Cross Tekken. There has not been any updates for Cross Tekken since Halloween week. Yeah, so Hugo is still a very powerful character. You want to focus on his strikes more. Strikes first, grabs second. For Zangief, obviously, he's more traditional in his grappler gameplay. I'm trying to find where the file is for this match. Okay, good. I think I found it. Oh, he's got like the high resolution. Hold on just a moment. Transform. Fit the screen. There we go. Whoa, that's slow motion. A little bit too powerful, my friend. Why is it playing so slow? Is it like that the whole time? Yeah, I'm trying to be patient. Let me see what I got here. Oh, man, he did not. Yeah, I think Chun-li needs to learn how to compress his videos better. Yeah, it's not supposed to be like that. Is it like that if I just make it non-stretch the screen? Edit this. Alright, I'm gonna try shrinking it a bit. Oh, now it's working. Never mind, it didn't. Let me... okay, whatever. I'm going to clear this board off, and I'm going to put the names of the people involved in this. Then I will focus on helping Nightmare Snake. It will make a difference, Homeless. See, I don't know if this is recording quality. No, it could have been, because he was playing the replay matches, so maybe he's doing too much. Anyway, who has good zoning? Alyssa's a good zoner. Guile's a good zoner. Jack's a good zoner. Dhalsim's a decent zoner. Ryu, obviously. Akuma. Arturo, before he lost his mind, won a major tournament with Dhalsim and Alyssa, so there's that option. And I played Dhalsim Nina, and I won my local with Dhalsim Nina. Nina's not a zoner, but having the variety of options isn't the worst idea. Hold on. Let me swap out. Names are still on the wrong side. Nightmare Snake, if you're still here, I will say, yeah, this was not recorded in the best possible quality, sadly. I'm gonna say this, and then I will let this play out to its conclusion as best I can. You had the right idea forcing your way in with Xiao Yu's EX diving kick. Because that's very advantageous on block. Was it like this when you... Was it like this when you played, by the way? Like, you said it was bad. Was it this bad? Did it look like this as you played? Yeah, the Xiao Yu's diving kick. The EX shooting star. It's a dive kick, Homeless. I'm not going to read its rights off. Okay, then we know that it's Xiaoli's recording quality. I can't really tell you anything with all this jittering, though. Yeah, this might be the quality of the video not matching up with the quality of the match. It's a shame that we couldn't look at it properly. So I have to close this out. Oh, it's starting to ease up a bit. Okay. Well, to be fair, Homeless, both these characters aren't the best when it comes to leading the way. Sakura is better at than Xiao Yu, in my opinion. I think Xiao Yu's better off as an anchor character. I mean, that's fine.
Get out of here.
So it starts to stabilize a little bit. Maybe it's because I loaded it up too soon that it's acting this way. I had to let it buffer a bit more. Either way, this is weird.
First hit is mine.
There's that slowdown again. But the main thing I'll say with you, Nightmare Snake, from what I can gather, what's coherent, you want to use a lot more stand heavy kick like that. Good. You know that. Good. You can cancel that into raw launch to bring Xiaoyu in, then you can do her combos, which you can, of course, you can look up in the wiki. I agree, Yamazaki. I agree. It's just we have tryhards sometimes. I remember when I won Summer Jam, and I beat Tryhard JB, and then he told Punk about it because Punk's a big cross-second guy. And I learned afterwards, JB said, I told Punk you're way better than he is, and then Punk said, oh yeah, and he picked Law and Jin. Like, full top-tier nonsense. Now, it was a very close set, mind you, but I was playing on those crappy old Xbox 4 pads, and I was tired and hungry, so it didn't work out as well as I would like, but it was still fun. Like, once I found a better controller, was started to run away with it, but yeah, there's definitely a try-hard team, but we're at the point right now, this game is going to be 13 years old in about 3 months. So play who you want, and we'll try to make it work as best we can. I'm not going to be one of these weirdos who go pick a top tier, because in this game, top tiers don't matter as much, because this game is 50 characters deep, and everyone is good in their own special way, know how to rank them the proper way, which is why I'm giving feedback the way I do. Anyway, something Sakura can do to really annoy Hwoarang is when you do that, cancel into the first hit of Sakura's little hop into the overhead chop, where she jumps forward and does the chops. Because the first one is crazy plus on block, and then she can just walk up and do throw pressure. Or she can jump in like she another great force-in move. The light Tatsu for Sakura in the air, if she's like coming down somebody, that is crazy plus on block. So use a lot more jump-in Tatsu, because they have to respect that. It's crazy plus on block, and it juggles if it hits. And she can just keep walking forward and put more throw pressure on you. You have to go between throw or her close heavy punch into more chop pressure. Or if she really got your number, close heavy punch into light Tatsu, because light Tatsu is also pretty advantageous on block. And if it hits, it links into another close heavy punch into other stuff, such as her EX Tatsu or one of her DPs, because those have a degree of juggle factor as well. So for Sakura, do a lot more jump light Tatsu to start your meaty pressure. Put some throws in there to keep them honest, and do lots of close heavy punch. Cancel into either light Tatsu or the hop into the overhead chop, because that's also crazy plus on block. Sakura thrives heavily. Like, her best factor is how good her block pressure is. Like, by far. Why is it so weird? Hard to say. Maybe it's because of the size of Bob. I like that, though. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, Nightmare, but that's a good answer to stop that move on Wake Up. A polite applause to you, Nightmare Snake. I think both Sakura and Xiaoyu are better as anchor characters. That's my opinion. So I would suggest looking for someone who complements them better in that regard. Maybe Hwoarang Sakura or Hwoarang Xiaoyu. Like, I use Hwoarang Sakura sometimes. I'm not very good with them. But Hwoarang Xiaoyu won one of our monthlies. I'm also a Xiaoyu believer. Songi was the one guy I didn't have a chance to beat when I got good at this game from the IRC. Anyway, that is our show for the evening. It's time for our announcement. The Matcherino League is returning. Pandora's Mayhem Matcherino League, part of the Crosswires Championship Series, Season 2. It's coming, and it's coming very soon. I have isolated the date of the first qualifier to be December 28th, 2024. I'm going to put that right now. Rambat number 1. Saturday, December 28th, 2024. That's going to be our first Rambat for the Matcherino League. The way this works is I will be hosting numerous tournaments, and within those tournaments, you can gain points for our season finale. I've not picked a date or location out for that yet, but make no mistake, there is going to be a handsome sum to the winners of each event, and particularly the winners of the main event. Money and medals, that is how we do things here across Wires, and our championship series are dedicated Matcherino leagues. Streetfighterxtekken, as you would expect, is the first confirmed game of Season 2 of the Crosswires Matcherino League. Look forward to more games and more dates, but the first Rambat will be online, played on RPCS3. It will be Saturday, December 28th, 2024. Streetfighterxtekken, Pandora's Mayhem, we're back, and it's time to run another league. In the interim, thank you all for joining me this evening. This is Psycho Blue, conductor of the Hype Train, Mr. Hype Gems, hashtag Crosswires. I will see each and every one of you next time, whenever and wherever they may be.